The TOEFL reading section. Let's talk about the TOEFL reading section. So, as you know, there has been a significant revision for the TOEFL test since July 2023. Yeah, that's around 2 years ago. So, prior to which the whole test length or duration was around 3 hours. And they have trimmed down and reduced the entire test to just under 2 hours. The new TOEFL has two passages, two academic level passages, both of which are around 700 words in length, and you get 10 questions for each passage. So a total of 20 questions, and you get 35 minutes to answer the questions. Yeah. So two passages, 35 minutes and 20 questions for the TOEFL academic reading. Yeah. So let's discuss the different types of questions that you will get and also the details of TOEFL reading. Always distribute time carefully. So 35 minutes is for both the passages. So you must be able to allocate time for both the passages and answer 20 questions. You can ideally carry an earplug. Okay, so it is always advised to carry an earplug to your examination center. You will be attending the test with other students, other test takers, and therefore they might be doing a different section, say for example speaking section, which might interfere with your performance, and therefore for your peace and to increase your focus and concentration, it's always advised that you carry an earplug. It's always better if your test center can provide one. So always inquire such things. Always call and ask if test center that you are booked at provides an earplug for the test. The passages are not meant to be memorized. Yeah, you're not going to study the passage. You need to extract certain information from within the passage. So you always check the question and check within the passage and always read to find that particular answer from that particular section of the passage. Do not study or memorize any section of the passage. Okay, let's move on. The questions are in order of the passage. So for example, question number 1 will always be, the answer for question number 1 will always be found within the first paragraph of the passage. And the second will be after the first paragraph. So accordingly, the questions will be in the order of the passage. Now let's discuss the different types of questions that you will get for TOEFL reading. The first is vocabulary type of question. So what is vocabulary type question? So say for example, in a particular section of the passage, you will be encountering a particular vocabulary. Question will be asking you what that particular word means. Yeah, and you will be given multiple choice. You'll be given 4 options and you will have to select one from that set of answers. Okay, so that's vocabulary type of question. So you will get the passage. The question will be asked that this particular word, say for example, a particular word means in that particular context is what? So you'll be given A, B, C, D. You'll have to choose one from the multiple options given. Yeah. Moving on to the second type of questions for TOEFL reading is factual information. Yeah. So you will have to find or probe within the passage a particular fact, and the question will be asking you to find a particular date or a particular person who is mentioned in the passage. So you'll have to select the right answer. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. Moving to the third type, negative factual information. So for example, the question is for you to find a particular answer which is not mentioned in the passage. So let me just tell you that the questions for TOEFL reading is multiple choice. So you will need to select the right answer from the choices given. Yeah. So negative factual information, like I've mentioned, it is something which is not mentioned in the passage. So 3 of the options in the multiple choice will be mentioned, but 1 will not be mentioned, and that is the correct answer. So that is negative factual information. Moving on. The fourth type is the rhetorical purpose question. It is a question which is asked, say for example, a passage is given about an author. Yeah, a very world-renowned author, and his works and some of his major contributions may be mentioned in that passage. And the question will be that the author in this particular story mentions about a particular character in a particular paragraph. What does he actually mean by that character? Or what is the purpose of that particular character in the story? Yeah? And you'll be given 4 options. And you'll have to select the right option. So rhetorical purpose is not an answer or an information which is explicitly provided in the passage. So it is like a connotation, yeah, the underlying meaning, something which is meant by, yeah, meaning or the undertones, say for example. So those are rhetorical purpose type of questions. So say for example, the author mentions this particular character, or the author actually gave an account of a story or a novel in order to do what, or in order to convey what kind of information. So that kind of questions are rhetorical purpose questions. And the next type is inference, pretty straightforward. It can be inferred from a particular section in the paragraph that something is, so meaning what? Something, a conclusion kind of question. It can be concluded that, and out of which one of the options is the right answer. Yeah, so you will be given 4 options and you need to select the right inference answer. Okay. Moving on, sentence insertion. So you will be given a particular sentence in this type of question, and you will be given about 4 particular points within the paragraph. That is the most appropriate point for you to insert that particular sentence into the paragraph. So that is the sentence insertion. So you need to be aware of where that particular sentence that is given in the question is ideal, the most ideal or the most proper when inserted into the passage. So that is the sentence insertion type of questions. Moving on, matching. So you need to match, say for example, inventors and their inventions. Yeah, the passage contains inventors and their respective inventions. So matching is, you need to match the right inventor to the right invention. So that is matching type of questions. And then there is summary type of question. You will be given a particular sentence, an introductory sentence, and then you need to add 2 other sentences from the options given below. Yeah, so the sentences or the options will be given in the chart below. You need to drag that to the right position. So that is summary type of question. So these are the 8 different types of questions that you get for the TOEFL reading test, and we will be discussing all of that in detail in the future. Go to englishstudio.in and click on book demo class for a free demo class, and contact me directly. Thank you very much.